34 cities and counties, including Pennsylvania's Allegheny County, joins immigrant sanctuary lawsuit to block Trump funding cuts. And Pennsylvania got screwed, said Governor Shapiro when asked about Trump's reconciliation bill. This and more in the Week in Focus for the Pennsylvania Capital Star. First up, Allegheny County has joined a California lawsuit to block the Trump administration's cuts to federal funding over sanctuary policies that limit deportation cooperation. Local governments have authority over their police and aren't required to participate in immigration enforcement, said Attorney Jonathan Miller. Now, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, said the administration is more determined than ever to go after cities that don't fully cooperate. He said, why? Not because they're a blue city or a blue state, but because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats. Nearly 44% of immigration detainees had no criminal record, with others held for minor offenses or immigration-related violations as of June. Want to support Pennsylvania Capital Star? Sign up for our morning newsletter, like and share this post, or become a donor to help support independent journalism in the Commonwealth. Okay, next up, Governor Josh Shapiro criticized Republicans for supporting the reconciliation bill signed by President Trump, saying Pennsylvania got screwed. Cuts could result in more than 310,000 Pennsylvanians losing Medicaid coverage, and 270,000 could lose access to marketplace plans or face steep premium increases. They're taking billions of dollars away from Pennsylvania, and we can't make up for that, Shapiro added. However, Representative Dan Muser said the new law strengthens Medicaid for those it was intended to support. He also said that it delivers support for rural health care, creating a $50 billion fund to help rural hospitals and ensure continued access to care. But advocates for rural hospitals warn those funds won't make up for the shortage. Shapiro added that if you're already facing a deficit and your Medicaid is being slashed, there's about 25 rural hospitals that are likely to shutter in the next few years because of this. And finally, it's been 20 years since a legislative pay raise scandal upended the General Assembly. Since then, government watchdogs say undemocratic practices persist at the state capitol. On July 7, 2005, the legislature passed a bill without debate at 2 a.m. to increase salaries by 16% to 34% for government employees across branches. Governor Ed Rendell signed it into law later that day. And 20 years later, advocates are doubtful meaningful changes to the legislative culture took root to help, with one watchdog stating that we still have a government of corruption, lies, and sewage. Gene Stilp, a reformer and activist, believes reform is possible, however, when more citizens participate. For the Pennsylvania Capital Star, I'm Natalie Bencavanga, and this was your Week in Focus.